old Bony-Legs. She could run very fast on her bony old legs, and she liked to eat children. She lived deep in the woods, in a house that stood on chicken feet. In the same forest lived a little girl named Sasha with her father. One day, her father sent Sasha out into the woods to borrow a needle and thread.
Needle and thread. Okay, Dad. Bye.
Sasha took some buttered bread, a little ham and some milk for lunch. She skipped through the wood and finally, to her surprise, came across a little hut that stood on chicken feet. She decided to go inside, but had to pass through an old gate first. Oh, that's better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
She opens it quietly.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Sasha then comes across a crying dog.
What's wrong, dog? I'm hungry. Poor dog. Have some ham.
She then comes across two moaning cats.
What's wrong, cat? We are thirsty. Who can have some? Thank you. You're welcome.
Sasha went to knock on the door of the hut that stood on chicken feet. Old Bony-Legs poked her head out and said,
What do you want? I need a thread, please. Don't like it.
Sasha followed old Bony-Legs into her house.
Get it to the bath. I don't need the bath. I want it nice and clean. I want cookie for my lunch.
Old Bony-Legs locked Sasha in the bathroom and went out to gather sticks for the fire. Sasha was scared. She began to cry.
Don't cry. I will help you. Fairy pepper. Don't do anything.
Sasha had never heard a talking cat before, but she did as it told her.
Are you watching, girl? Yes, I am.
The witch then went to gather more sticks.
When in trouble, food is away.
Sasha was confused, but put the mirror into her bag. Sasha then sneaked out of the front door. She began to run through the yard. The dog stopped her to give her a wooden comb and said, She was again confused, but put the comb into her bag. The gate opened silently. Sasha ran through. It did not make a sound on its new buttered hinges. Meanwhile, in the hut, old Bony-Legs called through the door again.
Are you watching, girl? Yes, I am. What? Not like that.
She flung the door open. There were the cats. There was the tub, but no Sasha. Old Bony-Legs was angry and yelled,
It's sneaky, that's why they do choose me. You never fed up. Sasha's getting milk between.
Old Bony-Legs ran into the yard and came across the dog. Finally, old Bony-Legs arrived to the gate and said,
It's Christmas Day.
You never looked after me. Sasha put butter on my wages.
The old witch flew into a rage. She stamped her feet, pulled her hair, and even pinched her own nose. She ran after Sasha into the woods. Sasha was scared, but she remembered the mirror that the cat had given her. She took it out of her bag and threw it behind her. The mirror became a deep silver lake. Bony-Legs could not cross it, but the witch ran home to get her tub. She rowed it across the lake and then began to run after Sasha on her bony old legs. Sasha saw the witch coming again. She remembered the wooden comb and took it out of her bag. She threw it behind her. The comb grew until it was as tall as 3 trees. Bony-Legs could not climb over them, she could not dig under them, and she could not even squeeze through them. At last she gave up and flew into a rage, stomping her feet all the way back home. Sasha arrived home too.
You can't turn.
And you can be sure that she never went back to the hut that stood on chicken feet, and for as long as she lived, she never saw old Bony-Legs again. Sasha and her auntie lived happily ever after, and you can be sure that Sasha never saw old Bony-Legs again.